Today, we are very pleased to have you, Bryan and Kenneth, two young men from Singapore. They are the founders of NEU Battery Materials. So my first question goes to Bryan. What makes you start a business in the industry, and what are your predictions for the EV battery recycling industry?
Sure. Thanks, Kawi. So I think why we actually started this business was we were really passionate about electric cars and also sustainability. So the future we see is towards EV, clean energy, and a sustainable future. And we see that the predictions for this industry to be growing and growing very, very quickly, because with the adoption of electric vehicles globally, a lot of these companies are pushing for EVs, and a lot of the government in the world are pushing for EV. And as EV grow, we need more lithium batteries and we need more supply of raw material. And that's where we come in to supply clean and sustainable raw materials for our world.
Also, China nowadays is pursuing ecological development, like reducing emission and carbon neutral, etc. So, how can your project match the demands of China?
Hello, Kawi. Thanks for the question. So I think with all this ecological development, right, I think China is one of the best examples, right, with the push for all these environmental initiatives, right, that we want to make the world a better place, something more sustainable. So now with the demands in China, right, it's really pushing hard for electric vehicles. In 2018, there was about 240 million cars on the road, right? So as you're moving from internal combustion engines to electric vehicles, I think that is just one step. But ultimately, all these batteries have precious materials, and we want to really reimagine the resources that we have and put these materials that can still be used to give it a second chance, right? So in that way, we are trying to push for sustainability, reduce the pollutiveness to our world, and ultimately lay the path for a cleaner future if we can. Yeah.
Maybe neither of you, Ken and Bryan, you have never been to Chongqing, but I think you must know that Chongqing has a very comprehensive automobile industry. Do you have any state-of-the-art visions to share with these enterprises on the battery industry?
Yeah. I think yes, Chongqing, a huge automobile industry over there. I think that's why we're so excited to go over one day. But I think first and foremost, battery recycling, it has been around for quite a while. But till today, we're still facing a lot of challenges, right? Like what you said, going from gas to electric vehicles is just the first step, right? But then it really goes beyond that. What we need to do is understand that recycling is actually the key to how we can proceed forward, right? So it's, like I say again, it's putting these materials back to good use and trying to drive towards this sustainable goal. And ultimately, what we have today, right, with our technology, it's state of the art, it's new, and we're trying to make it the mainstay of battery recycling.
On the national level, China and Singapore have a long history of cooperation. The two sides established demonstrative projects in Tianjin, Suzhou, and the third one is in Chongqing here. And from your perspective, Bryan, what's the significance of the cooperation? What can be learned from each other?
Yeah, I think the cooperation is fantastic because it gives us a chance to share our technology and our teams and experience and knowledge across from Singapore to China and also from China to Singapore. Because I think both sides, we have fantastic technology, we have fantastic manpower, and everything is wonderful about it, right? Even the market. The fact that we have a cooperation allows us to work together and also ultimately increase the GDP of each of our countries and cities. And that is very important because that allows us to work towards our common goal, which is to have a green and sustainable future. And in order for you to have a green and sustainable future, we must have corporations like this that allow us to bring technologies across and partnerships across to work with big manufacturers, big companies, and startups like us, where we have the technology to change the world. And we believe that a partnership in Singapore and in China will really do our company good and make our world a better place.